Welcome to The Tea with My Bookshelf. Our guest today is Safinah Danish Elahi, lawyer, author, and publisher extraordinaire. So let's have some tea. Safinah, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Iram.
You started Reverie Publishers here in Karachi, which is a publishing house. Do tell us more about that.
So, I think you guys have been part of the journey as much as I have. But Reverie started when I was writing my own novel, Eye on the Prize. And I approached many writers, and I approached anybody, who would literally lend me an ear, that, how does the publishing process work? And somehow, most of the people did not know. And the people who did were also very vague about it. And that's when I realized that there is this huge gap, within the community. Nobody is publishing here. Nobody specifically is publishing fiction. There's OUP and there's other, publishing houses that do textbooks. But I think fiction is still sort of, an adopted child.
There was a blank space there.
Yeah, there was a black space. Everyone, I approached, they were just uncomfortable with the idea of not having a confirmed order for fiction books.
Okay.
So I think Reverie started right there when I, was producing a book initially with my poetry collection. And when I saw the process of how a book is done completely, I thought, why not, give this service and provide a solution to writers who want to write, who want to tell their story. So yeah, Reverie came about like that.
Okay, and how many titles have you published so far?
So we started January 2021 and we've done 5 titles, working on 3 more.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So your book, you mentioned Eye on the Prize that you wrote earlier. That's being optioned for TV.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about this project?
So that's something I'm very excited about.
I'm sure.
Yes, because see, the reading community in Pakistan is very small. You spend a lot of time and energy writing a novel. You're a writer, editor yourself. And yes, people do read it and appreciate it, but it doesn't get received by the masses, right? Because of obviously it being in English and all of that.
Right.
So I had always wanted to obviously get an option to convert it into a screen series or a show. My brother's a director, so we sat down and I said that, if you're directing, then, let's work on it. Then we approached a scriptwriter who was going to convert it with me. So I worked with him in converting it into Urdu as well, the script, because it's for national television. And he told me, he said that, this seems like it's screenplay already, because it's written in a way, which can be adapted into a series very easily. And I realized that when I was writing it, there was more imagery in my mind. So I think that just works out,
Yeah, it does lend itself to the screen, actually, having read it. So what have you found to be the biggest challenge doing business in this city as a woman?
Okay, so I think the biggest challenge is where to place yourself. I've been called pushy, I've been called assertive, I've been called snooty.
As most confident, assertive women are called.
And I mean, I try and obviously hold myself back, when dealing with people as well. But it just seems like, women are supposed to be these docile creatures, and just please and thank you, maybe. I mean, I'm not being rude to anyone, obviously, but I am going to be assertive if I'm going to run a business. In terms of just why aren't you responding and, stuff like that as well. So I think that's been a challenge, where to sort of place yourself. How assertive can you be? And if you take a very laid back approach, then nothing will get done.
Because it's so dhila here.
Yeah, so you keep on pushing people to do things, and somewhere you might rub a person the wrong way as well. But I guess that's just part of being a working woman in Pakistan.
Yeah, totally. So what is a key piece of advice you would give to young women entrepreneurs?
A key piece of advice would be to put yourself out there. I think don't worry about the log kya kahenge, or just not being confident enough to invest in a business or show a talent or just work. I think a lot of women go into these roles where they're just comfortable with who they are. But I think you have to lend yourself and you have to put yourself out there.
Do you mean go out of your comfort zone a little bit?
Go out of your comfort zone, not stick to the basic things that women have been doing in Pakistan. Okay. Clothing being one, nothing against designers, obviously, but I think they are to put themselves out there more without thinking of what people are going to say or judge them, or
which is a big thing in our society.
It is. I think a lot of women have come to me as well and said that, oh, we don't know how to do this, like I don't know how to work around my in-laws, my family, even educated women, outwardly modern women. I think it's important to just step out and try to do what you want to do at first, and then see if it works out or not. It may not be a success, that's okay, but you need to, take the first step.
That leads into my next question, as in how risk averse are you when it comes to your work?
I think I do take quite a few risks. I mean, an idea comes to me and I'm like, let's do this. So obviously I do look at the financial aspect of it, but I'm all about trying to bring, new things or new ideas. So I think, I think I do take risks in what I do.
Yeah, okay. So what in your life has best prepared you for where you are now, professionally and personally?
I was thinking about the other day as well. I think it has to be my first years of marriage.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, I think more than anything, because academically I've always been the front seater and the kid who raises their hand and just being out there in terms of nerd, geek, whatever you call it, in a good way. But I think the first few years, firstly, it's a funny story, but I broke my knee in the first 2 months on my honeymoon. So
on your honeymoon, okay.
On my honeymoon, so I had entered marriage, early 20s, with a broken leg in a hum saath saath hain khandan. So I think that personally made me overcome a lot of personal, issues. And that also led to me putting myself out there more. Because, maybe, it's almost like I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a difference. I am not happy with just being a role, in the house. So I think that just was a, stepping stone professionally and personally for me.
Okay, cool. What skill would you most like to master?
Ooh, self-editing. I think it just takes so much time going through your own writing. And obviously you have to work with an editor as well. But it'd be something that, in terms of just getting to the final draft before the editor steps in, I think I would like to master that skill.
Okay. And finally, what takes up too much of your time?
Commute.
The commute.
Being in the car. I mean, I remember it was either Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe out of 12 hours, I was in the car for a good 7 hours.
Okay, that's a really long time
yes,
to be
so
sitting in the car.
I started my day, I think, at 10:30, and I was home at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Just, Sadar, Clifton Defense, Sadar, where's Arts Council? So I'd gone to Arts Council that day as well. So I was just stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
So I think that just takes up so much of your day.
Yeah.
That,
well, such is life in Karachi.
I almost missed COVID times because everything could be done on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Safinah, now are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yes.
Okay, just say the first thing that comes into your mind. What would you sing at karaoke night?
Wonderwall by Oasis.
What are you currently reading?
Woman's Planning by Sherry Rahman.
Nice. Favorite restaurant?
The Verge.
What evokes the most nostalgia in you?
Music from my teens.
Yeah. Favorite family tradition?
So there's this vegetable, we call it hole, but people call it cholia. And it's a winter tradition, and I think everyone in my family just sits and you cook it in salt. I mean, that wasn't rapid fire though. I just gave a very long answer.
Okay. We eat like a kg of cholas in winter, like every night.
So we do that, and you know, not many families know about it, and my kids also love it. So yeah, that's the family tradition.
Okay. What is your most used emoji? What is one thing you'll never do again?
Bungee jumping.
Okay. Place you most want to travel to?
Antarctica.
Favorite sitcom?
How I Met Your Mother.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Morning or night?
Night.
And finally, what's your hidden talent?
Oh, I sing.
Please, can you give us a rendition of something?
Yes, I can.
We'd love to hear.
I can. I'm going to sing Leaving on a Jet Plane.
Okay.
And the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, it's blown its horn. Already I'm so lonesome, I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. And I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go.
That was lovely.
Thank you so much.
Loved it. And on that musical note, we shall bid you adieu. Till next time.